Welcome back to all of our Empress Champagne lovers. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. I'm Kyla Kirkpatrick, your host on the Empress Champagne Club channel. This is an exciting year to all of our regular Champagne Club members. My gosh, some of you have been with us from the very first day since 2014. And what a journey we've had, what a family we have. And to all of our new Champagne Club members who joined over Christmas or gifted a membership over Christmas, wow, what an honor. Welcome to the family, welcome to the club. We are going to take you on a journey this year, and I'm excited because there's new things happening for all of us. We've got live streams, we've got interview with winemakers, we've got new events, we've got some of our top winemakers coming out from France just for you. And as always, we've got amazing champagne coming out in your boxes every month and a video tutorial such as what you're receiving now to guide you through these incredible champagnes. That's really the joy of the club, is to expand your champagne knowledge, to allow you to try champagnes that no one else in the country has access to. And to kick off 2023, I'm being a little bit self-indulgent, and I said to the team, can I please choose 2 top picks, 2 amazing champagnes, not necessarily connected in any way, but to kick off the year. And we are starting with 2 absolutely incredible cuvées for you. Now for the first champagne, this is coming out to all of our lovers and our connoisseurs. You receive this wine as well. We have the beautiful Maison of Juillet-Lallement. Now this house was founded in 1963 by Arthur Lallement with 3 generations of family, coming down to husband and wife team Jean and Virginie, who took over in 2003, just 2 years before I started in the Champagne region in 2005. Now, they've got 2 parcels of fruit. The house is situated in a Grand Cru village known as Verzy in the Montagne de Reims. So when we're in the Montagne de Reims, the mountain of Reims, we specialize in Pinot Noir. And they've got another Grand Cru parcel in Sillery. So we've got some very, very fine vineyard parcels under the Maison's careful tutelage. We are a family estate. We're only about 4 hectares, so we're talking tiny quantities, really, really tight winemaking focus. Originally the family used a little bit of barrel, but now we're fully stainless steel, so nice, clean, respectful winemaking style. I really like this house, I have to say, and I really love this producer. We've had a couple of wines that we've imported specifically from the Maison, and this champagne is completely new for everybody, and for me too. It is an absolute cracker. But I have to say, beautiful family vineyard, very petite, Jean and Virginie, amazing winemaking style, and the champagne that we're bringing to you this month is outstanding. So lovers and connoisseurs, what a special champagne to commence your month with. We're starting it here, we're going right to the top. Now, we have a vintage champagne. So vintage champagne, 1 year, all of the grapes must come from that year. They have a minimum aging of 3 years, although it's generally a lot longer for a vintage champagne. And not only do we have an exceptional vintage champagne, we have a Special Club champagne. Now, some of you might be asking, what is a Special Club? Special Club was founded in 1971. 12 families, some of the oldest families in Champagne, were selected for inclusion in this club. You can only get the Special Club bottle, which is a specific shape, if you pass a rigorous tasting panel. The best vintage, the best vineyard plots, and the very best wines are only considered and unanimously selected to go into the Special Club category and into the Special Club bottle. And this is one of those producers. Originally only 12 families, 29 now. We have a Special Club, which is a very special release from the Juillet-Lallement family. We have the vintage 2015. Now, I remember being in the Champagne region in 2015 with our Champagne tour, hot. You know, this is really hot, very ripe fruit. When you get high temperature, you have a lot of sugar, you have high alcohol, you have a warmth and a generosity that spills into the wine. But damn, this is good. You know, there is this red berry complexity, but there's also this beautiful yellow stone fruit, a warmth, a softness, a generosity on the palate, which for me is really generous and very exciting and very delectable, very delicious. You can see the legs on the wine. It's got quite a lot of generosity in the wine. 60% Pinot Noir, 40% Chardonnay, or Grand Cru fruit. So Grand Cru fruit being the highest ranking vineyard parcel, so at 100% on the Échelle de Cru ranking system. In terms of dosage, so that's the sugar that's added at the final stage of the wine's life, a very light 5 grams of sugar. We don't need a lot of sugar when we're aging the champagne for a long period of time, when it's a really good quality vintage, and of course when we've got the temperatures that we had in 2015. So really exceptional champagne. The Special Club, one of a few bottles selected every year that goes through 2 unanimous tasting panels, so 2 blind tasting panels, goes into the special bottle if it passes that test with enologists and wine professionals. The 2015 vintage from the house of Juillet-Lallement, 60-40 Pinot Noir Chardonnay, and an absolute knockout. I would be partnering this dish with a truffle pasta, a truffle risotto, but something that might have, a little squeeze of citrus, something to balance out the warmth and the complexity of the wine on the palate. And for all of our connoisseurs, you're receiving something very special this month. And really, this is the joy, this is the benefit of Emperor Champagne. We hunt high and low to bring you some really interesting champagne producers. And what I was always perplexed about when I started my career in Champagne in 2005 is that there was such uniformity within champagne, such tradition. If you go to the champagne section of a bottle shop, you'd see the same labels, the same producers, a lot of very traditional brands. And if you went to the wine section, you'd see a lot of these really interesting labels, a lot of experimentation, a lot of range, a lot of diversity. Now we're finally starting to see that in Champagne, which is so cool. Our producer for this month is the epitome of cool. He's the epitome of diversification. Gaspard Brochet. He's taken over from his father, Vincent Brochet, and he's put his own stamp on things. He is a super cool producer. If you can't tell by this amazing label, Gaspard was a graphic designer in his former life. He put his tools down in 2016, took over the father's vineyard plots, started that conversion to the organic biodynamic process, and is really producing some champagne that has received rave reviews, really come out of the blocks very strong, totally natural, no fining, no filtration, everything done quite spontaneously. There's no added sugar whatsoever. So you're getting this transition, this careful transition from vine into wine. And I've got to say, really super surprised by the quality of the wine. I thought the wine was amazing. Super cool producer. It is based in Verzy, but he's got a couple of vineyard plots in here. He's got Sassy, Villa-Arnaud, and Écoui. And wow, what an amazing champagne that we are bringing for you connoisseurs this month. And the champagne that we're bringing to you connoisseurs this month is 333.B from Gaspard Brochet. And I'm assuming the 333 stands for 3 vintages. We've got a blend of 2016, 2017 and 2018 harvests. We have the blend of 3 villages. We have Écoui, we have Sassy and Villa-Arnaud. And we have the blend of 3 cépages. Now that word cépage literally means grape varietals. And in Champagne, of course, the 3 most common grape varietals, we have Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier. So 45% Pinot Noir, 45% Chardonnay, the 10% balance being Pinot Meunier. We've got a very natural winemaking approach. Gaspard Brochet, the B I'm assuming stands for Brochet. I've got to say, super impressed with this wine. It has a depth, a richness, a ripeness, an explosion. You can see the depth of color is really quite deep, especially for you connoisseurs. If you are lining your 2 champagnes up side by side, you've got sort of a slightly lemon golden color on the Juillet-Lallement vintage, and you've got this really deep color, this really rich, deep color on your Gaspard Brochet, which to me can either indicate barrel or it can indicate time. In this case, it's certainly barrel. We are fermented, we are aged in barrel, so a very natural approach, a very traditional approach to winemaking. There's no added sugar, no fining, no filtration. As I said, a very, very natural wine. But I have to say, sometimes with these natural wines, they can feel a bit unbalanced. They can feel a bit one-dimensional. It's none of that. It's really good. I'm really very, very impressed by this wine. You don't feel the presence of no sugar. There's enough richness, there's enough ripeness, there's enough carry, there's enough length on the palate that you don't feel like the wine is austere from no added sugar, which is very impressive. Really explosive, really powerful in its aromatic properties. I've got to say, I think the wine is amazing. We've got this sort of apricot-y, honeycomb, syrupy character, a lot of richness, a lot of texture, a lot of complexity to the wine, especially for a wine that's quite new and only recently disgorged, so coming out in 2022. We have decided to partner this particular champagne with a veal saltimbocca, so veal wrapped in Parmesan. There's a salty characteristic, there's this real sort of salty minerality that comes through on the wine, and I think that that would match with the dish. But all in all, a sensational champagne, very well made from a young producer that we're going to keep our eye on. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed the champagne that's coming out in our Champagne Club for this month. We have for everybody the Juillet-Lallement Special Club Vintage 2015. Beautiful, elegant, round, supple, sensational, and a hot producer, someone that's really birthed out of the gates with a really interesting flair. Great label, really challenging, loving the graphic design, super cool. I like that we've got these new producers coming through that are going, yeah, Dad, thank you. I'll take a bit of what you did, and thanks, Granddad, but I'm gonna go in my own direction. And I've got to say, if he keeps up the quality of this wine, we have got a superstar on our hands. Only 3,024 bottles made, all of them numbered, so really special cuvée to come to you. This is the job of us at the Emperor Champagne Club, is to find these rarities, to find these gems, to find these jewels for you, and they are my top picks for 2023. I had the privilege of choosing what I wanted this month. I hope you enjoyed my choices. I look forward to seeing you in the next club edition. Hopefully I won't be so croaky. It is just the beginning of summer. I've just gotten over my summer holidays. I'm so excited, and I say that with all honesty and all genuity. I'm so excited about what we're bringing you this year. Our winemaker interviews, our events, our champagnes, what we've got to offer. Don't forget, hit us up on our socials, write me a letter, share that your knowledge, your love, your comments on the wines together as a community in the Emperor Champagne Club on Facebook. And most importantly, enjoy the wines, have it with food, share it with your friends, and I will see you on the next episode of the Emperor Champagne Club. Bye for now.